Hey guys, this is Joy back again with another video, and I'm really excited to be back. So today is Wake Up Now Wednesdays, but you guys probably won't see this until Thursday. I do apologize about that. I've been super busy, just taking care of errands, different things of that nature. So today's video, I wanted to talk about finding light in a bad situation or situations. Man, like this past weekend has been absolutely crazy, you guys. Like, I don't even know where to start. Like, so many experiences have been happening to me. And I honestly think that is God's way of letting me know that everything is okay. He definitely has been testing me. Really just been seeing like if I'm serious about what I'm talking about. Um, just really put in whatever I say, my words to the test. Now, the reason why I'm saying find a light in a bad situation, oh my gosh. So, Sunday, you guys, that was the craziest day of my life. I guess like doing Lyft, because you guys know I'm a Lyft driver. So, oh my gosh. Like, it was super, super crazy. So, I'm going to tell you guys what happened. And also, today, something happened. So anyway, I normally do my routes with Lyft early morning and like 6 in the morning type early. But this was a Sunday, and so I slept in and I started, I think it was like at 9 or 10. And I'm out driving, just doing my new remote thing, and I pick up this girl from the gym, and she gets in my car. She's super sweet, very talkative, and just like kind of how like my normal rides go. Just everything just goes smooth. So out of nowhere, we're just talking about just life and everything, and out of nowhere, she just flips the script. She just starts going off on me. She starts like twisting my words. She starts name calling. She starts cursing at me. And then I told her politely, I said, "You have to get out." I said, "There's no way I'm taking this disrespect." And it was crazy that I was sitting here telling her like a lot of things about my life. It was kind of personal, and before she had got out of the car, she kind of like threw that back in my face, and she was like, "Oh yeah, karma, this and this and that." And I was like, yeah, I was like, "You need help." Like, I really was saying, like, talking back to her. Because for some reason, I don't know why a lot of people just think they could talk to, like, the Lyft drivers any old way. And I'm seeing her like, "No, this is my car. You're paying for a service. And if you're not acting right, you're getting out." Point blank, period. So, long story short, yeah, I ended up kicking her out. And that was just really, really, really crazy. And I think what was the tipping point for me was when she cursed at me. Because I was going to take her to where she needed to go, because when we were having our conversation, at first it was cool. But then as I started like talking more about it, like she was really trying to make it a point to prove that she was right and that I was wrong. And she just wasn't giving up. Like, she was just like, "I have to be right, you have to understand that." And we both could not agree to disagree. Like, it was just really, really, really crazy. And in my mind, I'm sitting here thinking, like, why are we even like about to argue like this? Like, why are you still in my car? That's what I was thinking. And then when she cursed, I was like, all right, that's it. Like, you're out. And she finally got out. And then so the second guy that I had that day wasn't really an incident. It was just kind of weird, because he got in the car, and I was being cordial with him, but he was just silent. Like, he wasn't really talking or anything like that. And I was just like, okay. And then, like, I was like, "Hey, how are you?" Whatever. And he was like, "Is your heater on?" He was like, "Can you turn it down?" And I was like, "Yeah, like, I'll turn it down." I don't even think I had it on, or I guess he was hot or something. So I just rolled the windows down and I turned the air up. So then I waited like 10 minutes later, and I was like, "Okay, like, are you okay?" And he was just like, "Yeah." Like, it was like really passive aggressive. And mind you, this was a 20-minute ride. So I'm literally in the car with this man, and it was silent. Thank goodness I had my radio on. But if not, we would have literally just been me, him, and it was his son. He was in the car, and it was just really, really awkward. And then he finally got it. He was like, "Bye." And then I was just like, "Okay, yeah." And then I ended that ride. And then the third incident that I had was this lady. It wasn't really an incident. It was just more so like she was just complaining for no reason. She was basic like when because she requested the ride and then she calls me, she's like, oh, okay, I want to let you know that I'm in front of Target and a lot of the Lyft drivers never come, so I just wanted to make sure that you know where I'm at, and da 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 da. And it actually confused me when she called, which is why I hate when a lot of the passengers be calling, because I'm like, I'm going where it says that you're at. If you're not there, then let me know, whatever. But when she called, it really like threw me off, so I was just kind of like, dang, you know. So what ended up happening, I ended up going a different way than where she was at, and then I was like, well, where exactly you're at? Because she called me back, and then she had an attitude, and I was like, okay, I have this feeling that I'm gonna maybe argue with her. And as she's getting in the car, like she's cool and all, you know, and I was asking her, is there a certain way she wants me to go to get there? And she was like, oh, you can go this way. And she was like, oh, are you from here? I was like, no. She was like, yeah, that's the problem. You know, a lot of the Lyft drivers aren't from LA and it makes it difficult. And I was like, ma'am, no, that doesn't mean anything. I said, that's why there's GPSs and navigations to help the people get around. Everybody don't need to know exactly where they're going like that anyways. And if anything, if you could direct me either way, like it's not an issue, you know what I mean? And then I think I ended up missing the turn. She's like, yes, you were supposed to go this way. I was like, well, you told me we were going down the street, so what is it? You know what I mean? Like I was really trying to figure out what was up with her. And then what else? And then I was like, I said, ma'am, I said, did you want to stay in the car or did you want to get out? I was like, because there's other Lyft drivers that could take you, you know. And she was just like, no, I'm gonna stay. And I was like, so where are we going? And then she finally told me. So like, I mean, that was a crazy day. And I guess the irony of it all, I guess, because I was asking God, I was like, why am I going through these situations? Like, what is it? And I did remember earlier that day, I asked God to show me if he was supporting me and that everything, I guess, was okay in my life. And that if I was, you know, just different things that had been going on. I guess that was God like answering my prayers somehow. I'm not sure. But that didn't necessarily ruin my day, because I don't know if you guys are following me on Facebook and Instagram. It's my first Instagram is joylarkin12, and the second Instagram is joyrich123. And then my narcissist Instagram is live narc free. Be sure that you guys follow those pages. But the irony of it all, I had this other passenger that got in the car. You know, I was talking to him. I actually picked him up in the area where I had dropped off that third lady that was like tripping out. And I took him all the way to the airport, you know, and we was getting into a really deep conversation. And long story short, he was telling me, like, you know, that he reads a lot of books and this and this and that. And he was asking me if I heard about the Alchemist book. And I heard so many good things about the book. I've really been wanting to read it for the longest. And it's crazy because I literally was thinking of going to Barnes and Noble's like ASAP. And out of nowhere, he shows me the book. He was like, hey, did you want the book? And I was like, are you sure? And he's like, yeah, you can have it. And I was like, wow, thank you so much. You know, that really, that meant a lot to me. And I said, you made my day, you know? And he was like, oh, thanks. And I don't know. I guess like having all of those experiences, especially the first one, because I was really tripping out. I was like, did this girl really just go like crazy on me for like no apparent reason, you know? And by me getting that book, that's just letting me know like maybe those experiences was a test for me. Maybe like I was starting to see like the good in those bad situations, like again, just seeing how strong I am, seeing like how calm I can be. Like, am I good at dealing with different types of personalities? Maybe God has something bigger for me. But again, like it was just a crazy day. But at the end, I made it, you know, and I ended up having a good rest of that day because I had picked up some other passengers and they was really, really friendly, all sweet. And I was telling them the story and they was just like, wow, I can't believe that happened, you know. And then I wanted to say more, you know, and again, like it's super important to find the good in like negative situations also, is because, you know, you really, like I said, you learn how to deal with people on, I guess, a real level. You grow as a person. You start to see that everything is not necessarily about you, and it's not really for you to internalize that, which I'm working on that as well. A lot of times it's really about the other person and what's going on in their life rather than you. And it's showing you, I guess, parts of yourself that you're still not necessarily loving fully. Because And I know, I think, well, for sure, I know that I'm an empath, and a lot of empaths, we do take things a little bit more personal than the average individual. We're highly sensitive, and so, sadly, we kind of think that everybody should be like us, which is an illusion. It's not true, and it will never be like that. But a lot of empaths, we do have that fantasy. But I mean, it is what it is, and I'm happy I went through those experiences. But I must say, it's been a while since I kicked somebody out of my car. Because I remember when I first started doing Lyft, I kicked two girls out that were from Beverly Hills, and they was just being disrespectful. They was complaining, they was saying rude things, and I was like, y'all have to get out. Y'all not staying in this car. And they was like, well, we're not getting out. And I was like, yes, you are. And I was like, I was calling the cops, and I guess they got scared, so they finally got out. So, but yeah, and it just shows me how strong I am. Cause I remember like before I used to be so scared of like having confrontations. I would shy away from it, but now I'm more like open to it. I'm like, all right, what's up? Like, like what's going on? Like I'm not scared of anyone except for God at this point. And yeah, you guys, thank you so much for listening to my story. And then, do I have anything else? I'm trying to see. And like I said, you become a better person out of having those experiences. Like I said, you just see the world a different way. You really learn how to like live your life for you. You really don't take things personal anymore. Like that's definitely what I'm learning. And I always try to ask for protection, because being an empath, we definitely absorb other people's feelings, their thoughts, their emotions way too easily. And being as though that I am a driver, I am picking up people constantly. They have all sorts of things that they're going through, and they're just bringing that on to me, and I'm absorbing that, I'm internalizing that. So that's something that I have to work on. But thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you for listening. Please be sure. Right? I think the video kind of cut off a little bit. But yeah, you guys, I'll see you in the next one. And be on the lookout for my Live Narc Free Instagram, my counseling services. And all right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.